Good day, everyone, and welcome back to One Take Leadership. You know, we've covered a lot in these past several weeks, and I'm not sure we ever focused on motivation. Is motivation important in leadership? Of course it is. We know that, I know that, you know that. And a very important tool for motivation are those, those pictures you see, like the beautiful picture with the inspirational quote or motivational quote underneath. Those are important tools to have in your facility, and everyone should have some. But the question I get is, how many? That's where we get into today's topic, motivational mathematics. How many of those motivational posters, signs do I need? Well, believe it or not, there's a formula for that. And don't worry about the math, it's not that hard. But the philosophy behind this formula is you should always be in eyesight of one of these motivational posters. So how do we figure that out? Pretty simple. Let me put this up here. Right there it is. Now it looks complicated, but believe me, it's not. You need to find out your average visioning quality, average visioning quality. And to get that, it's easy just to use a tape measure. So what you want to do is figure out how far you can see clearly to read what would be on a motivational poster. So okay, that's about, for me, I'm at about 6'10". So you want to figure that out, and then you divide that by the square footage of your office space. And that gives you the number of motivational posters or signs that you need to place throughout your building. And why is it important to have these? Well, let's say a follower comes to you and says, oh my gosh, we've missed our numbers for the quarter. I'm a horrible salesperson. Well, you can then give them a little touch on the shoulder and you just kind of glance and say, when you swing that golf club, you go for the hole-in-one. And there's a positive message to reinforce their motivation, and you've just got it off the poster. And you know, I don't believe that was probably what the poster said, but the beauty of this is you don't have to memorize any of these messages, because that motivation, you just look and read it, and it really brings positivity, it brings, motivation to the office. Now, funny story, an older client, he measured and his eyesight wasn't very good, so they literally had motivational posters every few inches, and I believe he spent somewhere in the neighborhood of $250,000 on motivational posters. Let me emphasize, measure your corrected vision. This guy wore glasses and he measured without his glasses on. So I want to be sure you understand that. Measure your corrected vision. In other words, however you can see best. Now, sometimes people ask, where'd my Sharpie go here? What if I have a giant warehouse? Giant warehouse. A lot of us may have those. There's a couple choices, a few tips. One, just don't go in the warehouse. Or two, sometimes I'll tell people to locate them in the bathrooms of the warehouse. Then if someone, let's say you're at the warehouse and someone, hey, we got a machine fire back by shipping. You can say, hold on, I got to go to the bathroom. And then pick up on one of the messages in there and then come back and motivate that employee. Sometimes people will put them on the tow motors or the forklifts too, because it is very expensive if you have a lot of high square footage areas to cover with these things. So that was a lot to digest. You'll probably want to watch this lesson twice, but thank you.